I came from a very close-knit family. We had dinner together every evening as a family. And when I left and went to the military, it shocked me because I just felt like everybody in the world shared a close family relationship, with their parents. And it was a rude awakening for me because then I found out not very many people had a close-knit family. Family life was a vision and a mission that God had given me. I can remember back when the vision was beginning to unfold. At that time, my prayer life with the Lord was more or less, God, if you could allow me to just work for you, I would be the happiest man alive. But I didn't know what that really meant. I didn't know that really meant taking a faith walk.
Because most of the time, when the visionary gets the vision, the wife don't see the vision. So it's not an easy task at first. So it ain't gonna be like, yeah, my husband got an idea, my husband got a mission, and woohoo, let's jump in and get it together, because that's unrealistic because we're not the visionary. But once, like for me, once I prayed and said, God, show me kind of what you showed him, because you can't show it all to me, then it'll be easier for me to go ahead and say, okay, I think I see what God is doing here.
But this day when the Lord brought me to this building, the front window was busted out. And like I said, it was an eyesore to the community. For whatever reason, I ended up getting out of my car and coming in the broken window into this building and walking around. Well, the vision of FLRC, it was written on paper. And so then the Lord began kind of putting the two together, and really letting me know that this was the place that he wanted me to carry out Family Life Restoration Center. And the building kind of had rooms pretty much already set up. Even though it was in really bad shape, the rooms was already set up. And as I'm walking by the rooms, it's like the Lord was just really speaking to my heart. Here is where your food pantry needs to go. Here's where your clothing closet needs to go. And I became really excited. We finally got into the building. We call ourselves trying to plan our way and saying, okay, well, we're going to start with the food pantry, and then we're going to do the computer lab, and then we're going to do this. And I mean, there were so many different ministries under the umbrella of FLRC. And we tried to plan it. And every time we would put a plan in place, it's like the good Lord would not allow us to get the things we needed for that area, but he would provide in another area. And it took us a little while to really see what the Lord was doing with that, but we caught it and we said, okay, we're not going to try to lead this thing. Okay, the Lord tells us in Habakkuk 2:2 to write the vision and make it plain. What the goal is for us to follow him. We write it down, but let him lead you and guide you in the mission. And that's what he was showing us. And on the day of our grand opening, it was a glorious time. It really was. We had a lot of government elected officials that showed up. A lot of people in the neighborhood showed up. They just wanted to see what the Lord had done with this building because it had been such an eyesore for so long in the community. And had been a haven for just things that weren't good. They had a lot of gang activity in this building and stuff. And so people was just excited that something positive had came to the community. One thing about the good Lord is that when you step out to do what it is he's called you to do, even without you really putting a lot of effort in finding the help, because it is a God-ordained ministry, he will send individuals that will align themselves to you and align themselves beside you and the vision, because it really ain't about the individual, it's about the vision. And because it's God-ordained, he's going to send individuals that's going to help you.
I came over one day, Luther was out here cutting grass. We got to talking, and he needed help, so I started volunteering for him. Family life is my life.
My father was one of those people before he died, and now that I turned my life over to Christ, it's just been a disciple. I just want to give back.
And I sent probably 20 or 30 people the first year through Family Life to have a clean set of clothes, a shower, a bath, a clean set of clothes, and Luther was always there for me. And from there, we started supporting them from CKS Packaging, my family-owned business.
When a family comes to us, they come to us for different needs. We do have marital guidance, marital counseling. sessions where we meet with couples or we meet with the entire family.
I really love you. You're really my family, because every time I come here, I feel like I'm home, because they're really good. They're really, really nice. And I would like God to bless them all the time, because they really give us a lot. What we didn't expect, we have.
I used to go down there and start out getting food and stuff down there, and then I found out they had showers and different things, clothes and stuff, and I've been, I've been going down there about a pretty good while. They give me, food, and on Friday they got hot meals and just whatever you can get,
The impact that the center has on me here at Family Life Restoration Center is tremendous. It helped me find out who I am as an individual, and also helped my growth and compassion for people here. I love what I do as far as passing out food, clothing, and just helping around in general.
Veterans have a very soft spot in my heart because I really feel like as a country, we just don't do enough for a veteran. And so when a veteran comes here to FLRC, I really try to go above and beyond. One, to let them know that they're loved, to meet them at the point of their need, because I understand the sacrifice that they made. I understand that they said to the United States, hey, here's my life. If I have to go to war, if I have to die for this country, then I will. And so therefore when they come in here, I try to give them special treatment, because I know what being a veteran is and the price that's paid for the freedom that we have in this country.
Some 6 years ago, after my wife had recently passed, I was living in the community with another fellow veteran, and I was struggling because I was trying to get my disabilities, waiting on them to get approved through the VA, and I was really hurting financially, as well as just getting to eat food every week. And it was a husband and wife that I met that treated me with such warmth and kindness, and they told me about what they do here, and I was just so impressed. By meeting them and seeing how Christ used them and how they were feeding the families and children, and then they wanted to help me, and I felt all my pride went away, and I took the help that they gave me, and they fed me and encouraged me, and I've since from then have been going to church, and my life has turned around like 180 degrees. This place here restored me or led me back to what I needed to do to get a new life. So this center here is just so important to this community, and they did that for me. I'm sure they're doing this for so many other people.
What's amazing to me is that I saw the need to fight for my country when I was in high school, and I went after it because I wanted to be a good American soldier. I saw a reason to fight for our country, so for our freedom. And then when I came back here to U.S. soil, I saw the need to fight for the family. And so it's almost like I went from a war front on foreign soil, and then when I came back to U.S. soil, I saw the need to fight for the American vet. I was once told by a pastor friend of mine, he said, your ministry should be so impactful to an area to the point where if the building catches on fire and burns to the ground, the community will rally around and help raise funds to rebuild it. And I believe that Family Life has made that type of impact.
To the board member, I say thank you just for being able to help us to steer in the right direction. And to the donors, it's the biggest thank you, because financially, this cannot be possible without the support of donors. And it's allowing God to nudge on your heart to give finances, and not just finances, your resources, your time, your talents, to help us to do what we do.
Words cannot express the heartfelt thank you that we have for individuals that have helped to make this Family Life what it is. There's so many to think, and then when you start calling names, man, you get yourself in trouble. So if you have stopped by to just give a word of encouragement, or you've provided finances, or you just prayed for us, thank you, thank you, thank you. You are definitely a part of the story of family life, and from the bottom of our hearts to the balcony of our mind, we just thank you. Thank you, and God bless.